I could have brought the battle ram on this side because this right here was enough firepower to basically take this tower. If my tower was a lot less on this side, I would have done that. What's going on, y'all? Welcome back. Hope you guys are doing well. As always, your boy is back with the Clash Royale video, guys. Highly requested, newly buffed card. It's all about getting into the tower, guys. We're going to go ahead and jump into the arena on my mini account using P.E.K.K.A. Bridge Band, the OG. Now, it's not as free-to-play friendly because of the legendary, so drop comments down below, and I can try to help you with substitutes. But, guys, this is... If you can get this, trade for these legendaries, something like that, try to do it, because this is the deck you want to be able to run, guys. You know how we roll. We're going to go ahead and break it down after. Guys, let's jump into it. And also, too, I'm going to be creating a quick, concise fundamentals video. A lot of people have been asking for that as well, and I'll do my best to help you guys out. Okay, so with the starting rotation like this, we're probably going to wait a little bit. You want to start with Bandit. That's my favorite start in the back there. So I'm actually going to go ahead and put a little bit of pressure on this side. We're going to see how he defends against the Battle Ram. Alright, so we have that. I'm going to go ahead and zap right here. Could have went a little bit higher with it. We're going to go ahead and Bandit the Valkyrie, and I'm going to go ahead and get a P.E.K.K.A. So he's going to get a shot off here, for sure, with the Battle Ram. I'm sorry, the Battle Ram, the Ram Rider. But we're going to go ahead and take it out, and he'll have to answer this. This is the point when you don't want to, like, overcommit. Like, some people would drop, like, a Electro Wizard or something right now. Don't do that, depending on what he has. If he has Inferno Dragon, he's got to P.E.K.K.A. of his own. Okay, so we're going to let this happen. But that's like a level of overcommit, so he does have that. Okay, so here's what we got to do. We're going to go ahead and go E-Wizard. It's pretty expensive there at the bridge. And he's going to have his... We'll be able to take all this out, right? I'm going to go Battle Ram because he has his Skeleton Army now back in cycle, and we're going to go ahead and zap it and hope we'll be good to go, which is not yet, but right now. Now we'll go ahead and zap. So we do connect, which is great, right? And we have the Barbarian. So he played that pretty well because he kind of, like, was patient with it, but we're going to be okay here. Now that I know he has Inferno Dragon as well, I'm not going to be worried about it. But P.E.K.K.A. Bridge Spam, guys, it's not all about just spamming stuff. Just remember that. Okay, we got to go Ghost on this right here. Let's go do that now. He would have got one shot off, but you do have to play patient. It's not like it's a cheap deck, right? It's a little heavy, so that's not a good play at all. He forgot it was a Ghost, all right? Can't see it yet. We're going to go and take that out, of course. We get a lot of damage there with the Ghost, and that was 4 Elixir at the bridge. And now I know he has 0 Elixir. He's going to go Ram Rider, right? So that's why I wanted to get this down to help out with it if he does decide to do it. We'll go here, actually. I want to protect the Magic Archer. We're going to go in with the Bandit. And then we're going to go... That's going to be fine, because we're going to go ahead and go in with this. He might go in with the... Oh, he did. He goes Wizard. All right. We're going to go ahead and definitely Poison right now. Let's see if he decides that he does, and that's why I did it. So he's going to go Ram Rider, I'm assuming. There it is. So we're going to go ahead and shut that down. And look, the Magic Archer's still doing a lot of work, guys. Let's go ahead and go in with the Ghost. We're going to see if we can lock in some Geometry. He's probably going to tap out, though. We'll go ahead and pocket the Battle Ram. Come on now. Shit's that, right? Man, guys. Ooh, 60. All right. But like I said, you don't want to just like spam stuff all over the place. If you overcommit with P.E.K.K.A. Bridge Spam, you can get punished. Let's see if we can start out with Bandit. I hope we can. We don't. So again, this is not a good... You could cycle Zap if you want. This is not a good starting rotation, in my opinion. You want to start with Bandit. Okay, so with this here, I think I'm going to poison this. I'm going to try to get that value, but you have to be careful with something like this. You don't know what you're going to be able to put in front of. This is why I like the Bar Barrel. What? Okay, I guess. Let's go ahead and get this down here. We're going to have to go Ghost on the Witch, and I have to do this. And that's the reason I need the Valkyrie to go down. All right, so we get some damage over there. He's got one little Larry. You see the little Larry on the tower there? That really stinks, huh? We'll be okay, though, I think. The Ghost will get a shot off. And we'll be able to clean up that mini P.E.K.K.A. as well. Alright, so cool. Alright, so that could have been a lot worse. Like I said, you're taking a little bit of a chance when you do poison on a witch like that this early in the battle. So I don't know if I should have done that. Let's see what we got here. I'm probably going to go ahead and go Battle Ram. Again, you can do this from time to time. You just got to be a little careful to make sure you can defend. Whatever. Okay, so he has an E-Wizard. So what we're going to do here is we're going to actually lock it. No, never mind. I'm going to eat the E-Wizard on that side. We're going to go Ghost right here. And then I'm going to go ahead and try to get a little bit of Geometry on this. Yep, we're good. We'll have a little bit of a counter push with the Magic Archer. He'll probably be able to shut that down, but we have a Ghost. See that? That's like 2-3 hits maybe. Let's see. Yep, perfect for us. Boom. He didn't time that right. Just like that, guys, okay? Let's go Bandit here. He's going to have his mini P.E.K.K.A. back in cycle. So here's something I have to do. I don't really like that I have to do this, but I do have to do it. But that mini P.E.K.K.A. is going to stay alive, so I do have to do this here. And the reason why I did this is because I'm going to take 2 shots here, which really stinks. Hopefully it's not 3. Okay. So that was a little bit of a mistake on my part that the battle ram wasn't placed really where it should be, but I think we're still going to be fine. Let's go ahead and get a ghost down right now, and boom, smack that in the face. So I do have to get a Big Mama P.E.K.K.A down, so we're going to go ahead and do that now. We're going to push the same lane. I do have poison, and I will poison all of... Well, actually, I'm going to go... Well, nope, never mind. We're going to go ahead... We will do this now. Actually, we're going to go ahead and go here. We should be able to clean most of this stuff up, if I'm not mistaken. We'll take this out as well. And we got that going on. Layoff. Let's go ahead, and we're going to go in with... I'm going to go Battle Ram opposite lane, and this is one of the things that you can do. So we'll be able to dash on that, because that witch was really expensive. And now we're making him use a lot of elixir there on that side. And we'll have to just going to go Valkyrie. No, he's going mini P.E.K.K.A. Okay, I'm fine with that. Let's see. We're going to go here. And I am going to go ahead and zap this stuff because we need the magic archer to help out with the princess. And again, we're going to go ahead and go Battle Ram here. He might have his... Let me see if it's in cycle. He probably... No, he goes Valkyrie. I'm going to go ahead going with the poison right there. We'll see if we can get some geometry locked in. I do need to get this down, guys. Let's go. GG's. That was one mistake on the battle ram when I tried to pull. But you guys see how we recovered, right? That's the beautiful thing about bridge spam, is that you can pressure opposite lane at the right time. Once you know that you have a lot of elixir that you can kind of spend, but don't overdo it, right? Because then you can't defend the push, all right? Anyways, guys, you know what time it is. Stay tuned. We're going to go ahead and break it down. With bridge spam, guys, it is about dual lane pressure. Just don't overdo it. It's very likely your opponent is pushing one lane. You're going to try to apply pressure in the opposite lane. Now, two things will happen. He's going to have a push on this side, and he's going to likely somehow defend this side. So you have to make sure you have enough elixir and the right troops in rotation to counter whatever he pushes with. That's where people get into trouble with P.E.K.K.A bridge spam, is they overdo the bridge spam piece. It's not a cycle deck. It's not a deck that you just want to throw things all over the place. It's kind of heavy, actually, to be honest with you. All right, so you got to play very defensively, and you got to apply the pressure when it makes sense. In this case, he had Valkyrie, dropped it. She got it right about here. I went ahead and dropped the battle ram, and I wanted two things to happen. Number one, I wanted to apply pressure, which then means he's probably going to answer it with something and spend elixir. So therefore, he cannot support this side that he's trying to push with. In this case, the second thing is I wanted to know how he was going to defend against my primary win condition, which is going to be the battle ram. Is it going to be a building, or is it going to be, in this case, skeleton army? And now I'm already thinking, how can I protect my battle ram to get to the tower? It's all about getting to the tower. All right. What card am I going to be able to use, guys? Zap. I'm like already in my head perfect. I tell you guys that all the time. The first 30 seconds or so, you're feeling out your opponent. All right. You're trying to see how they're going to defend. Obviously what their win condition is, but how you can impose your will and make sure your cycle is better than theirs to the point that you can defend. So in my case, it's going to be zap in rotation, knowing his skeleton army is in rotation and going to be used at some point. So that way I can get that battle ramp to the tower, guys. All right. Very, very important. I wouldn't say that I made a mistake, all right? He had the Valkyrie, which crosshair, but then he dropped the Ram Rider. Now, I dropped the Bandit, which is a really good counter. The Ghost is also a good counter to the Valkyrie. It doesn't always win the one-to-one matchup, but then I knew I was going to have to get a P.E.K.K.A here, but I also knew he was going to get this Ram Rider to the tower and get some damage. But this is the part where people would overcommit. So you can see I have the, I think E-Wiz was after Magic Archer, but Magic Archer is next in rotation, right? So Big Mama P.E.K.K.A would shut this down for the most part. He'd get some damage, and she'd get like right about here. Now, what some people might do is they might go ahead and drop the Magic Archer, let's say here or here, or something like that. To me, that's a little bit of an overcommitment because Big Mama P.E.K.K.A can really be shut down pretty easily. And whatever he was going to do on this side, I had to just allow to happen. Eventually, I see all of his cards, and things like that, and we have great counters to it. But if I overcommitted, again, supporting the P.E.K.K.A would have been an overcommitment. I would have had like less 4 elixir, right? And whatever, he would have been able to shut that down. And then they would have had a counter push, he would have had a counter push, and then I would have been in trouble. That is where people lose battles all the time when I talk about overcommitment. Just let something just kind of go and then just reset and get back to full elixir. It's the best thing you can do in battle sometimes. As you can see here, if I did drop the Magic Archer, 2 bad things would have happened. Number 1, I would have wasted 4 elixir. Number 2, I would have lost my secondary win condition in the Magic Archer. It would have just been dead because this likely would have been able to shut him down, and I would have had to then still drop another 4 elixir on the E-Wizard to take out, the P.E.K.K.A was going to be fine, but take out the Inferno Dragon. And then it was just, my cycle would have been off. It would have been all over the place. So just, again, 4 elixir gone, and a Magic Archer, super important in this deck, would have been gone. That's why I try to tell you guys to be careful, play patient, and do not overcommit. Now, one thing I wanted to point out here with my opponent is he did a really good job of being patient. I was obviously hovering Zap, as you can see right here, it's selected. I was waiting for the skeleton army, and you can see I'm still able to connect, but I made him kind of think, right? He didn't want to drop the skeleton army right away because he knew I was going to zap. But the longer he waits, the closer it gets to the tower and the more likely I'm going to connect. I wanted to show two things, okay? Number one is I could have brought the battle ramp on this side because this right here was enough firepower to basically take this tower, I'm pretty sure. If not, I was going to go ahead and poison zap anyways. So what I mean by this is I would have done dual lane pressure, and it's kind of part of P.E.K.K.A. Bridge Spam. Now, if my tower was a lot less on this side, I would have done that because the bandit I knew was super healthy. Magic Archer was healthy. And look, his P.E.K.K.A. was basically down and mine was half health. So this P.E.K.K.A. was going to be not a problem. He has no elixir. In my head, I knew he was dropping a lot, especially when he dropped the wizard. And the bandit was going to be able to dash on the wizard and take it out. And we still had a Magic Archer on the map. So with that, I didn't have to have really a whole lot. I used all my elixir anyway. So if I had a battle ramp going this way, he probably would have, maybe he would have, maybe he wouldn't have. But if he didn't, I was going to get a lot of damage on this side. If he dropped 3 elixir with the skeleton army, I would have zapped it probably anyways. I would have been getting a lot of value and he wouldn't have been able to support the side that I'm pushing on the most. In this case, it really, really worked out for us. But I knew I was going to win this because of the fact that I had a lot more damage on both towers. You can see I went ahead and poisoned the witch. Or I wanted the tower damage, wanted to try to take her out, but it's a risky play. I just wanted to point that out. He has a princess here on the map too. I'm already down elixir, by I think he has a lot more than I do at this point, but I'm already down some elixir and I have to take this princess out. Okay, I didn't know he obviously had it. I think I used E-Wizard to do that, but with this, because I would have had to spend 4 more elixir on that, I don't have the best. If I had Ghost, I would have dropped that, 3 for 3 trade. That would have been good for us. But here it is risky, all right, especially early in the battle because it's not going to take the switch out. And if he was able to put, like, let's say a giant or, I don't know, a golem in front of that, that would have been super bad for us. I mean, we do have some good counters and answers. The Ghost can go on the Witch. We have Zap. We can get rid of the skeleton, stuff like that. But, again, risky play here, especially with the Witch not being taken out. So I'm just wanting to point that out there. I don't know if I would actually recommend, even though I did it in battle and it still winded up being okay, I would say don't do that. So after my opponent dropped the Ice Wizard, a perfect time to go ahead and dual lane pressure because I know I was going to be able to defend with these cards no matter what he used to defend against the Battle Ram. And again, why I love P.E.K.K.A. Bridge Spam. But notice I didn't just spam a bunch of stuff here, right? I just did Battle Ram and he obviously shut it down with the E-Wizard, but then I was able to take it down. But most importantly, it made him use Elixir on that side, okay? At this point, whatever he was going to support this Ice Wizard with, I was going to be able to shut down with the defensive troops I had in rotation. The key to this battle, at least one of them, based on how my opponent first played, which was dropping after he had, I think, a Valkyrie here on this side, and then he dropped the Princess at the bridge. I knew that was going to be his style. So I don't think he ever timed it right to where I didn't have something on the troop to where the Princess was never able to get to the tower. And guys, look how I'm using this Magic Archer. Not only will he push this way, he's going to take out this Princess. I have an Electro Wizard on the map, and I have a Ghost on these troops here to basically, he does splash, so he's going to go ahead and take all this stuff out. But notice my elixir count, right? I basically have none. So at this point, I do have Bandit in rotation, which is good for us. He is doing a little bit better on elixir, 2+. So in this case, I was able to completely shut things down to where he would then have to use his elixir to shut my Magic Archer down. It was perfect. In this point, I'm just building back my elixir, playing patient. Mistake. Big mistake on my part here. I should have been closer. I should have dropped it right here, but I was trying to distract. I could have even kited. That might have been better. So if I dropped it here, this mini P.E.K.K.A. would have stayed on the Battle Ram. I think it would have been okay with the Valkyrie as well. I don't think it would have been able to splash on it, but probably a better play actually beyond this one would have been to kite opposite lanes. This mini P.E.K.K.A. got to the tower and pretty much took it down. All right, so I put myself in a hole, one tile to the left or preferably one tile to the right. Either one of those would have been a lot better. So again, look at the dual lane pressure, okay? I used a lot of elixir there. I probably could have went without the bandit, but I knew he had a skeleton, a little Larry on the map that I wanted to go ahead and take out with the bandit, and then he has to answer this. Now, obviously, Witch can pretty much shut down Big Mom P.E.K.K.A. pretty easily, but I knew I had to be careful here. Notice I didn't, once I got enough elixir, I didn't drop, the Ghost and this and that. This is the point that all I cared about was building up enough here, making him defend this whole entire side, which I think he dropped Lumberjack, and me being able to ensure that I can shut down anything he decides to put as a counter push on this side here. With the cards that I had, Big Mama P.E.K.K.A., as long as I had the elixir, right? And that's the overcommitment. Don't overcommit on the opposite lane, okay? And the Ghost and the Magic Archer, we have Poison. And don't be afraid to use Poison defensively as well to just slow things down. You don't always have to get tower damage. All right, like Fireball. If the Magic Archer is on the map, but you're not going to get tower damage, you take that value. In most cases, 9 out of 10 times, you take care of that Magic Archer. Flying Machine is the same. But in this case, like I said, I was going to apply that pressure. I was able to shut it down. And eventually, 322, guys, I was able to get this down to the point that I keep that dual lane pressure on him, and he has no choice but to defend. And then it winded up being GG's, guys. So anyways, hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you again for all the continued support. Hope everyone is doing well, staying safe. Until the next video, guys, take care and peace out.